Okay, we're going to be doing a review of The Shining Tribe. This is a really interesting deck. The author describes it as a sacred deck, which I think it is definitely true. The Shining Tribe, Awakening the Universal Spirit. Rachel Pollack, who is known in the tarot world as being a tarot, I can't think of the word, oh God. A tarot academic. She knows a lot about tarot. She's written many books. And then she decided to come out with her own tarot deck. The first tarot deck was The Shining Woman, but then it was reissued as The Shining Tribe. So The Shining Tribe Tarot, Awakening the Universal Spirit. It's an amazing book. Now, I haven't read any of her other books, so this is my first experience with Rachel Pollack's book. And I'm glad I bought it. She talks about tarot as being, and it's connected to spirituality, and it's linked to sacredness, the tribal experience of spirituality, the experience of indigenous people, their drawings, their folklore, their touchstones. So it's a very interesting book. What struck me as I was reading sections of the book was, I think if we all think about, there is a history of pantheism, of spiritualism, of what people believed or what humanity believed in before religions were codified, and we seem to have thought, well, that's the old, that's ancient, that's no longer pertinent in today's world, because that's something that was in our history. But we've grown up and we don't deal with that kind of stuff. Now the thing is, but in our everyday lives, there is a huge connection to that same spirituality that our ancestors, our prehistoric, our historic from many, many centuries ago, millennia ago, were connected to. And we still have that experience, but we don't give it much importance or much credence. And just as a sideline, and I'd like to ask you yourselves as you're watching this, as a child, when I was around 3 years old, I had carried around with me two things. One of them was a metal cup that folded into itself. And another thing was a piece of wood that someone had carved a face onto at the top of the piece of wood. And for some reason, which I certainly can't explain, those were the things that I carried with me. It was this metal cup and this piece of wood with a head on it. And when I read some of this book, I didn't read the whole book, it's quite extensive. When I started reading the book, I said, we all have those experiences of something that we collect, something that isn't money, that isn't, something that's very different, something we can't even explain. And I think kids you see kids, you notice that they are carrying things. They hold things. They put things in their pocket. Stones, pebbles, chestnuts, artifacts of all kinds. And why do we do that? Why does that happen? The other thing that I think is very much connected with spirituality in today's world is this. We're coming around to it much more than in the past. We're coming around to our interaction with nature, our interaction with animals, our interaction with the natural world that has nothing to do with skyscrapers and YouTube and all these other things that we are technological stuff that we're enmeshed in. But all those things I feel are our spirituality, which is part of who we are. So this book called to me when I read a little bit about it online, and I said, "Oh, I got to get this," because my theory, and of course it's me, no, I think it's a lot, maybe a lot of people. When you do creative arts, and it can be creative arts, not just in writing or art or poetry or whatever you do. It's in any creative endeavor that you undertake. It could be in a business, something that you do in business. It could be how you raise your family. Is very much connected to the sacred and to spirituality. And the more you involve yourself in those spiritual undertakings, the more you're connected to your spirituality, and the more you're closer to who you really are as a person. An aspect of yourself, a very strong aspect of yourself. So anyways, this book really called to me. It is very extensive. I made some notes to myself, those different things. She has an introduction, then she has a picture of the book, of a card, quite an extensive narrative on why she drew these things. What she explains what these things mean, what the tree means, what the sun means, the mountains. And she comes up with a divinatory meaning and a reverse meaning. Is it Rider Waite? It's not Rider Waite, but it's not. Some of the cards are not Rider Waite. Some of the divinatory meanings are vaguely Rider Waite, but some are unique to the book as well. So it's very interesting. The book itself is quite long. Over 300 pages. And we'll go through the cards a little bit. We'll go over the cards for sure. I'll show you the cards. I don't want this video to go too long, but it's quite a book, quite an undertaking. The Shining Tribe Tarot, Awakening the Universal Spirit. When you buy the kit, when you buy the deck, this seems to come with it. So it's a sizable purchase. I don't think you can buy it's a kit. It is out of print, but it's pretty, you can find it. It's not hard to find. I found it on Amazon through a secondary, through a affiliate. So here, let's go through the deck. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the artwork itself. Personally, I am so drawn to this artwork. It is primitive, but that's what the book's sort of about. It's about getting back to who we were, or just not getting back, but just touching that part of us that's within us all, within that girl who carried around a little piece of whittled wood and a metal cup. So let's start with the Fool. I'm not going to describe the cards because there's a lot of stuff to describe. It's all in the book. So I'll just let you look at it. Now, here's the Magician. And we have enough light on this? I think we do. Hopefully we do. The Magician, what is not to love about this card? I mean, it's so beautiful. The colors and, he's got that so above as below thing going on. But she explains what this all means in the book. So it is primitive, but it's charming. The colors are vivid. The High Priestess, the Empress. She has such a wealth of knowledge that it's remarkable when you read the book. There she goes, the Emperor. And she explains all these little things that are in there. Tradition, which would be the Hierophant. But it isn't the Hierophant, it's tradition, which of course makes sense. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Right now I'm showing these cards individually. When I finish, I will put them out in a little spread, and that's when this deck shines. My opinion. Justice. So you see it's different from Rider-Waite. Obviously it's very different from Rider-Waite. The Hangman. There is the Hangman there. Death. Now here's a death card. It's not black, it's not dark, it's not... You see the person here, it could be a ghost, it could be a skeleton, you don't know. But there's something here, and something's coming up and lifting, and the sun and the flowers. So certainly it's certainly more transformation that we see there. Temperance. The Devil. What I like about this Devil card is it sort of makes you feel closed in. It's claustrophobic. It's like when you get into an addiction or you get into a situation when you just feel like you can't get out. I think that is the devil. I mean, I think that expresses the devil card to me very well. The Tower. The Star. It's a happy girl. The Moon. I don't know, this card is beautiful. I just love the colorations. There's a lot going on here, as well as she explains in the book. The Sun. The Awakening. And the World. Shining Woman. Okay, now we're going to get into the Minor Arcana. She has different names for things. The trees are the wands, and these are the trees. It's like very creative. She did this deck herself. She was the artist of the deck. Two of Trees. That's very Rider-Waite. Three of Trees. I just love the colors of this stuff, and the detail of the different patterns, the patterns on patterns. From an artistic viewpoint. A lot of people that review this, some people that review this book say, it's really, the art is not so good. I think the art's fabulous, but then I'm a naive artist myself. I'm a folk artist myself, so I don't know. There's a great deal of thought went into this deck. The Four of Trees. The Five of Trees. Six of Trees. Seven of Trees. I pulled this card. It's the spine. And Eight of Trees. She's flying above the crowd there. Nine of Trees. Nine of Wands. Nine of Trees. And the Ten of Trees. Now, she has her trump cards as Place of Trees, which would the Place of Trees, which is the first level. The Knower of Trees, which is sort of in the Knight position, historically. The Gift of Trees, which would be the Queen of Trees. And then the Speaker of Trees, which would be the King. We go into the Ace of Rivers. The rivers are the cups. So it's emotion. The Two of Rivers. The Three of Rivers. The Four of Rivers. I like the idea of a river, something flowing, it's ever changing. That's it seems to speak more to the cups, to emotions, and to water, of course, the element. Five of Rivers. Six of Rivers. What's not to love about this card? Come on. Seven of Rivers. Eight of Rivers. Nine of Rivers. 10 of Rivers, which is sort of funny because it's 10 of Cups, which sort of does ring true. It's very Rider-Waite. Place of Rivers would be the Page. the knower of rivers, which would be the knight. The gift of rivers, which would be the queen. I like the idea of a gift, the gift of something. And it does seem, women are always giving, a very giving nature, mostly, for the most part. And I like that idea of the gift. I think that resonates with me as well. Speaker of rivers. This is the card of storytellers. And I pulled this card, and it was very interesting because I pulled it, I didn't know what it meant, and I looked it up, and this card of storytellers. So I like that. The birds are the aces, the things that fly, the air. The ace of birds is this is an owl, depicted intelligence. The two of birds. Her palette is so different too. Every color is utilized, vivid colors, pinks, yellows, blues. Three of birds. I don't think she has any black in here. Four of birds. I was looking over my decks to see what I would do next, and I have all these dark, either black and white decks or very dark colored decks that are very beautiful. And but I'm like, gee, this is really a lot of dark decks out there, and this is very different. This is very light. I like that. This is about as dark as it gets right here. Six of birds. Okay, now we're getting into the swords, so you kind of wonder what the swords are going to turn out to be like, if they're going to be similar to the Rider-Waite. But they're not. They're different, and they explain what they mean. So this is very, if you wonder about the sword suit in the traditional, not the traditional, but the Rider-Waite, this is not that. She has a very different take on it. Place of birds, which are the page. Knower of birds. The gift of birds. The speaker of birds. So you see a lot of indigenous type of art, a lot of masks on the faces. Ace of stones. This doesn't look like a stone, but it is the Ace of stones, which are the pentacles. She has a fair number of snakes in this deck, birds, and she talks about that. She talks about shamanism a lot. Five of stones. The Six of stones. Seven of stones. I picked this card too. This represents the chakras. The Eight of stones. The Nine of stones. This is probably the most Rider-Waite picture you'll see. Nine of pentacles, the lady with the bird. The Ten of stones. Got the rainbow there. Okay, now we're back into the... she calls these vision cards. These are not court cards in her book. They're called vision cards. The place of stones, page. Knower of stones. The gift of stones. And the speaker of stones. So there you have it. It's not for everyone, but I think if you're searching, if you're into like spirituality, not necessarily traditional religions, more into paganism, more into, I don't know, just coming in touch with the really Bisquick of religions is spirituality. Not too far from where I live is Lilydale Assembly, which is a spiritualist community. That's where I belong to church. But it's a wonderful place. It's a very, a humanistic type look at the world and the view. And I mean, there's room for traditional religions as well. Let's see how these shuffle. But I think our nature, as I said, if you think of yourself and what you collected, if you ever collected anything, and if you can't think of anything, maybe think of yourself as a child and if you collected anything. And that energy of holding on to something and collecting it and keeping it in your pocket, that I believe is a connection to spirituality and to the sacred. I don't know, that's just my viewpoint. That's my experience, actually. So, what can I say? What can I say? Now, I'm not going to read from this deck because I'd have to look at the book, and I don't really want to have to look at the book. I'm just going to lay these cards out, and you'll see what they look like in a spread. Okay, they're not, we're going to open these this way because they're not really, they don't seem like they're shuffled. Temperance. Tradition, which would be traditional religion, perhaps. So there's a part of the traditional religion. The Ten of Birds. Now, for someone who, I mean, who I do draw, but I'm not very, I mean, I'm not Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo or anything like that. I am a kind of a folk artist. This to me is just stunning. It's just beautiful. Beautiful layouts. I think the best way to learn this deck is to probably take pulls like this. Small, a 3-card or maybe 2-card pull, 3-card pull, and just look in the book and see what it's telling you. And that's how I think the best way to learn what everything means. So this is my review. Oh, that double card came up. Of three Arcanas. We'll stop right there. This is my review of The Shining Tarot from Rachel Pollack. It comes with the book and the deck of cards. This is going to be my winter project. I'm going to pull a few cards every once in a while and then look up the meanings, what she says about the cards, the symbology of the cards, and then the divinatory meanings of the cards. And I would love to use these in readings, if not for other people, for myself. I hope you found this interesting. Sorry about the dog. It looked like it was going to choke. It just had breakfast. I don't get it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.